So you want to find out if you might be tongue-tied. Well, we're going to do 3 really quick and easy exercises to find out. The first one is to get a baseline of your jaw opening, which basically just means how far you can open your mouth. So give a big smile and open as far as you can. You'll see that for me that I don't get to open very far. That's okay. It's not about how far you open. It's about how the relationship of your teeth are to each other as we go through this. So you'll see if I do this again that I only get about 2 fingers comfortably. Good. So now we're ready for the next one. Now that we have our baseline, we're going to actually go in and measure the mobility of our tongue. So this exercise is specifically for the middle and tip of the tongue to gauge its full mobility, isolation, and freedom of motion away from the jaw, the larynx, and everything else in the head and neck. So we're going to take the tip of our tongue and put it directly behind our top middle teeth like this. And then you're going to smile and open as far as you can while still maintaining contact with your teeth like so. Now you'll notice that I get the exact same amount of space between my teeth as I did on the first exercise, which for me is about 2 fingers width. And what that means is that I passed this test because my mobility is exactly the same as my baseline. That is, the middle and tip of my my tongue is not being limited in any way, and I'm still able to get full range of motion. So if you pass this test, congratulations, you have full range of motion in your middle and tip of your tongue, and you can move on to test number 3. If you do not pass this test, that means that the middle and or tip of your tongue is already being restricted in its mobility, freedom, or function in some way, and you could be tongue-tied. So exercise number 3 to see if you could be tongue-tied. This one is going to measure the posterior portion of your tongue to test its mobility, range of motion, and freedom. This is arguably the most important aspect of the tongue for singers because it's that posterior portion that is literally connected to your larynx via the genioglossus muscle. So we're going to test if you are able to stretch that area or if you're cemented in the back there. So we're going to make some click noises. But instead of the noise, I want you to concentrate on holding that suctioned position for 3 seconds like so. Now, we're not concentrating on the noise, we're concentrating on that suction hold or that cave, as a lot of us call it. Now, while you hold that position in the roof of your mouth, see how many fingers you're able to get in. You'll see again for me that I get a full 2, which means that my range of motion is totally the same in my baseline, the middle tip of my tongue, and the posterior of my tongue, like so. So if you're not getting the same amount of space in any of those 3 exercises, it means that you could be tongue-tied, specifically this back one, because it could be a huge red flag for you. I hope you found this self-assessment quiz helpful. Reminder that this is just a baseline to give you an idea of any restrictions that you might have. It is always super important that you are formally diagnosed by a qualified professional. My personal recommendation is to find airway-focused dentists near you. A simple Google search can help you with that. Also, depending on where you live, there are speech therapists and other licensed personnel that can do that in the state where you are. It just depends on where you're located. So feel free to check out my sources below, and best of luck. Cheers.